Well, here we are. This is my backpack that weighs 2,790 grams, which is all I need for Camino. Do you need more or do you not need more? Let me show you exactly what's in it. I'm going to unpack it in normal order. It makes it reverse packing order, doesn't it? But let me show you what I've got. The backpack. This is the full backpack, by the way. I'm suspending with one finger. This is my Atom Packs Atom Plus. It's now called the Pulse. It's one of my favourite packs I've ever had. I think I could design a slightly better one for Camino, with Atom Packs, of course, and I think I might get in touch with them to see if I can come up with a custom-made one that, in my opinion, is perfect for Camino. This is nearly perfect, so let me show you what I've got. Water, I keep at the front, and I just use an empty Smart Water bottle, which I can fill with water all the way along. I don't drink a lot. If I had a bit of a stretch where it's going to be 17, 20k, something like that without services, then I'd probably just buy another water bottle. I could take two if I wanted to. They, weighs a lot less than an Nalgene sort of bottle. That's all there is at the front. At the back here, I keep my waterproofs. So let's put this down for a second now. This is my waterproof gear, which involves, for this year, a Rab Phantom pullover jacket. It's made with Pertex shield. It's very light. So at 90 grams, whereas a poncho is going to be 200 to 300 grams, unless it's one of those cheap throwaway ones that you get before you go on the log flume at the fun fair. If it's going to be raining reasonably, it's breathable, and it's going to keep the rain off. And then I use this. This is made of Cuban fibre. I had this made for me in Poland. And it's like a kind of a kilt, like a sort of a skirt sort of thing, a waterproof thing. I generally walk in shorts, so I'd have this on the top, this covering my shorts, and that's it. That's all I use. Because I'm planning that it rains a lot less than it's going to be sunny days, I prefer my waterproof kit to be something that's more designed to be carried than worn, although I do want it to be functional when it does rain. It is functional, and that entire lot there weighs about 105, sorry, including the bag, 110 grams. Let's have a delve inside then. These are my Hoka, I think they're called 1-1 recovery slides. Like a kind of a Crocs thing, but lighter. And these are for the evenings if I'm just taking my washing out to dry on the line, going in the shower, walking around the Albergue. There are only two pairs of shoes in my kit, the pair that I walk in, and these for the evenings. First aid, for me, first aid is generally more for other people than for myself. In here I've got 3 pegs for laundry, a little bit of bandage, tape to keep the bandage on, a couple of headache tablets. I do get the occasional headache, and they're very expensive in Spain for medications. They're stronger, but they're expensive, so that will see me through the whole Camino. I've got a spare lace for my shoes, a couple of KT tapes. These are the things that you use when you get a hot spot before you've got a blister. You can just put those over. They're really quite sticky, last 3 or 4 days, and it'll stop a blister from developing. This bag will have my toiletries in. I'm not sure why it's in an extra dry bag. It doesn't need to be, so I'll chuck that. Now my bag's even lighter than 2780, 2790, whatever it was. This is my toiletries. Inside here I've got a small, very fast drying microfiber towel. Got half a bar of Dr. Bronner's soap in a Matador soap bag. The Matador soap bag is waterproof, but it's breathable, so it lets the soap dry while it's in it, so you don't come back with a whole load of slimy soap. You can even hang it on your pack if you wanted to dry a little bit quicker during the day. I use this soap for shaving, for showering, and for laundry. One razor, obviously, for shaving. That's my toothpaste for an entire Camino. These are Gaia Guy Nano Mint tooth tablets. They're quite good, they taste good. This would be the bottle. I obviously don't take it in the bottle. Gaia, G-A-I-A, Guy. Kept in a little bag, and in case I feel like a bit of a luxury one day, I've got a tiny little bit of toothpaste to go with it. Full-size toothbrush. I don't cut the handle off toothbrushes anymore. I like to get a good hold of it. The best thing in the world against blisters is called Lanacaine, in my opinion. It's an anti-chafing gel, like a kind of a body glide sort of thing. I'm not sure you can get it in the US anymore. I think it's soon to be discontinued in the US. So see if you can get it on Amazon if you want it. I've got links, by the way, in my description for everything, almost everything that I take. It probably needs updating. But great stuff. It's like a kind of a Vaseline, but it's not slimy and thick and gunky. It's very smooth. So my suntan lotion, which is called Sun Zapper Extreme Zinc. I do like zinc, a factor 50, which I generally just use on my nose and stuff like that. I used Sunbum last year, which was also very good, also with zinc. And last of all, deodorant. Deodorant, I think, is just good manners, but it doesn't mean it needs to weigh a lot. So this is one called Trust. Let me show you the box instead, because they are tiny. Trust is 15 grams of a kind of a, like a thick kind of cream that you'd put on. That will last a whole Camino, and it weighs 30 grams. It's also very strong in the fact that you only need to put it on about every 2 or 3 days. You can shower in between without having to keep reapplying. So it's very good stuff. If you prefer a roll-on, there's a company called Perspirex in different strengths, which is again a small roll-on, 15 grams of it. The whole with the bottle, it weighs 30 grams, and it's 3 to 5 days between uses. So you get a whole lot for very little weight. That's it, that's my toiletries. Now, since you've got halfway through this video here without getting distracted by other videos on the side, I should be telling you that if you've got any questions whatsoever on the gear that I've got, the weights of it, where to get it from, how it compares with other things, just ask in the comments. I answer every question. So feel free to ask about anything in this video and I'll be glad to help. Let's get on with it. We've got my nighttime kit, meaning when I'm in the Albergue, all the things that I might need in there. So most important, 2 things are going to be an eye mask and earplugs. Couldn't survive without an eye mask and earplugs, so make sure you've got them. I have a tiny little light. I think these are mainly used for bikes or something, but I don't really use it, but I've got a light in case I need it. And then this is just the stuff for charging my phone, my watch, that sort of thing. So when people ask about converters and things, if you're coming from the US, All you actually need is something that's got a Euro plug on one side with a USB thing on the other side. And then you can charge everything from that, instead of whole loads of big blocks and things where you have your normal plug that goes something else that goes in. That's all you need, just that one. And in there I've just got a few little cables where one end goes to that, the other end goes to my device. And keep that on the bed with me then, next to me with everything I need. We're almost there, would you believe it? This is my clothing, and I'm going to go slightly out of order now so that I can pack it back in. And this is what I take to sleep in. It's a Rab silk liner, weighs 110 grams. And I've never needed a sleeping bag on any Camino. I've never taken one. If there's ever a reason why it's a bit colder for some reason, you know, somebody's left the window open, or for some reason you've booked into a place that has absolutely no heating. Generally there are other people in there with you generating body heat, which warms it up a little bit. But don't forget, you don't have to sleep naked. You can put clothing on to sleep in on the inside of it. So I've never been cold. I've never needed the weight of a sleeping bag so far. So there we are. That goes on the bottom. I squish that right down on the bottom. The clothes will go on top of that in my little thing, and then everything else you've seen just goes in after that to complete it. So the last of my stuff then. One spare t-shirt. I'll be wearing a t-shirt, of course, and I have one spare one. So I walk in a t-shirt, I get to the Albergue, I wash that, I put this one on. This becomes my nighttime t-shirt and my walking t-shirt for the following day. So it just kind of swaps around. One spare pair of underwear. These are ex officio. Can't think what the brand's called, but they're a mesh, sports mesh, I think. So they're synthetic with lots of little holes in, so they're very breathable. One spare pair of socks. So the underwear, the t-shirt, the socks are all on that same rotation thing, where I've got one pair that I wear and one pair that's spare. Take a little hat. I don't take a sleeping bag, as I've said, but this little beanie weighs 30 grams. It's as thin as you can get. But you know, it keeps a little bit of heat in. And then lastly, I take some kind of warm jacket. It can get very much cooler in the evenings. So if you want to be sitting outside with some friends having a glass of wine or a coffee or a meal where you sit outside, or you just want to pop out, it can get windy and it can get cooler in the evening. So I like to have a puffy jacket. And like I say, if there was ever a time where it was cooler at night and I've only got that silk liner and not a sleeping bag, I've got something here. It's got a hood to sleep in. This is Enlightened Equipment. Can't think what the jacket's called, but it's about the only jacket that Enlightened Equipment make. And it's ludicrously light at about 200 grams. Is that everything? No, there is one more thing. To fly out there and to fly back, I don't want to be in running shorts. And there are times in the evenings, again, where it's cool. And I like to have something with long legs. These are Patagonia, kind of like jogging, tracksuity type bottoms. Very light again. It's about the lightest you can get in a quick drying fabric. I don't walk in them. They're just for evenings and for flying back. But I do like to have some kind of long-legged thing when I'm out there for a month and a half or more. That's it, everybody. That's all you need. Now, some people will then have personal things that they like to add on, you know, reading glasses, particular medication that you might need. I'm not sure. I am forgetting this. So, the bag is 2,790, but I've also got this, my bum bag, fanny pack, hip pack, whatever we call them these days. This is also by Atom Packs. They kindly made it for me to match my pack. It's called the Roo. I carry a hat in the front bit there. It's a little fold down kind of baseball cap, and on the inside I have sunglasses, my passport, my money and my credential, and a stamp. If you see me on the way and you would like a stamp, there is a Nick Living Life stamp now that you can get, so just say hi and ask for a stamp or a stay, and it's all yours. There you go. There's a nice basic pack. That's all I need. If you find you need other things to add to it, hopefully you don't need to add an extra 6 kilos to that 3 kilos, making it up to 9. That is all you need. Everything else is just something nice to add on. Hope that was helpful. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you soon. Buen camino, everybody.